Okay, so today's video is going to be, I think, cooler than the last one. So I have something interesting prepared. So we're going to go into the computer and I'm going to show you what we're going to make. Oh, did I just delete that? Yeah. No, I just deleted that. Are we on the computer? We're not. Okay, cool. Give me a second. We're going to get that screen I just deleted back. I'm going to show you what we're going to make. Here we are. Okay, cool. So we're going to make this. Why is it doing this? Okay, I see. So I actually added hotkeys to this. I'm experimenting with hotkeys, and if I press QW, it actually closes the tab that I was in. So I'm going to have to actually manually change. So let's put this back here, and now I'm going to go back to OBS and manually change it to scene 2. Bam! I would have fixed this, but we're going to make this. Okay, so this is the plan that I have for today, and I have 2 images, okay, that I've been able to grab, and I just literally just took the background off of this trainer, and I took the background off of this Nike logo, and now I have these 2 sort of images that are the ones that I'm going to have to use. I'm realizing that I'm going to have to use this Nike logo too, which I haven't downloaded, but I'll do that on the side. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to start making this. This was the last project. We're going to start a new one. So open folder. Project 9 already, damn. We've done a lot. Project 9. Okay, Project 9, like so. Select folder. What's this? What's happening here? I just want to create a project. I just want to create a new one. I might just have to go here and say new. I'm supposed to be a programmer, and don't even know how to use a computer. All right, select folder. Good. Bam. There we go. Cool. Now it's going to open a new folder for us, and we can start this cool project. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So yeah, let's go for it. So we got a new project, nearly cool. All right, so let's say HTML, so index.html, right, and styles.css. So styles.css. Okay, not that, styles.css. Come on, my computer's really slow, but it goes to show that you don't need a fast one to program, right? So why is it being so annoying? Don't save. Oh my god, we're having trouble just starting. This means it's going to be good. That's what it means, I think. CSS, cool. All right, let's go. So index.html, we're going to do the boilerplate exclamation mark, and it's going to pop up the emmet. Okay, so bam, there we go. Save that. Link the style sheet. Okay, so let's say link, enter, and here we're going to do /styles. Okay, bam, there we go. Cool. And now down here, something new that we haven't done in the previous videos. We're going to create an image folder, right? Or we can just say images like this, just to make it shorter. Okay. And I'm going to pop in these 2 images that I'm going to actually leave in the description below, so you're going to be able to actually access them, no problem, right? I'm just going to copy them into here. Okay, so now we have our 2 images. We're going to have to add an extra one, which I'm also going to add in the description below, for the Nike logo, this one over here, which I don't have. Okay, but that's just, we'll do that at the end, doesn't really matter. Okay, that'll be quick. Cool. So first of all, what do we need? We need a red background, right? And then we need a card down here, but it's not just going to be the card. The container for everything is going to be, it's going to go from where my cursor is all the way over here, and all the way over here, and all the way over here. Why? Because we need to position this Nike logo and this text as well. So this is going to be positioned display flex. Okay, so it's going to be stacked in a column. We're going to say flex direction column, and this div is going to be stacked on this div and this div, and everything is going to be contained in a container. Okay, like this, right? A transparent container. It's not going to have anything, any color or anything. It's just going to be a virtual container so we can place all of this. All right, cool. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's just add this, grab this cool color, okay, see if we can. We're probably gonna have to go to, okay, tell you what, these sites are a bit annoying when you get like a modal pop-up to find the actual color. So I'm just gonna go to the product here, grab the color. You can actually copy the color on, well, before we do that, I'm gonna pop the color in, okay. I'm just gonna say, we're going to call it challenge container. So I'm going to say challenge container. All right, like so. container. Oh my god, container. Yeah. Background color, and this one. Right, that's going to be the one. Just to save it there. But we actually have to make the challenge container. So the challenge container is going to be a div, right? And it's going to be called challenge container. That's the class that we're going to give it. Okay, so we can select it. And inside here, we're going to have a Nike logo. Okay, so inside here we're going to have 3 divs. Okay, so first div is going to be Nike logo. Okay, second div is going to be the Yeezy 2, right, product name. So second div, we're going to say product name, like so. Right, and the last div is going to be the product card, right? So div product card. Bam. Cool. All right. Nice. So now we obviously don't have anything on. We're not going to be able to see anything. So open with live server. We haven't given any borders. We haven't given any height to the div. So we're just going to see blank. Okay, completely blank, which is okay. It's absolutely fine because we're going to do it now. So first of all, what we do at the start of every style sheet, right? We go margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing, border box. Okay, border box like so. Cool, nice. And also we give the HTML a font size, a default font size of 10 pixels. Okay, which we're going to use the REMs on. Okay. The relative sizes for the text. Okay, cool, nice. So now we're going to go to the first div, which is the challenge container, and we're going to give it a height of 100% and a width of 100% too. Okay, like so. Nice. Width. Bam. There we go. Cool. So now we have something on the screen if it wants to show. It might not want to show. Challenge container, height, width, background color. It should be showing because we've got the challenge container here. Let's just make sure we copy this correctly. Copy that, paste it here, and this is basic stuff, so it should be working fine. Okay, but it's not. Do we have the right one over here? Wait, let me take all these screens off. Challenge container. Yeah, we've got the style sheet linked. Styles.css, margin 0, box size 0. Yeah, that's it. Let's give it a border just in case. 1 pixel, solid black. And now we should be seeing something. If we open the light server again, over here, open the light server. Okay, cool. All right, so we have something here, but I said 100%, and it's not 100% what we want. Viewport height and viewport width. Okay, that's the reason why this isn't working, because 100% relative to what? Relative to nothing. So obviously, okay, cool. So we've got the viewport height, but we need viewport width there. All right, nice. Okay, we're moving forward. Cool. So we've got that nice colored background. We don't need this border anymore. And now we can start giving spacing. We can start actually to not be jumping from one to the other. I'm just going to put this one mid-screen so we can see both. Right, and it's easy for you to follow as well. Cool, so we're going to say that the Nike logo is going to have a certain amount of height, the product name is going to have a certain amount of height, and the product card is going to have a certain amount of height, and then we're going to style everything and give it a actually, do you know what? We're going to actually add another container, which is going to be the page content container, right? Because this is going to allow us, it's going to give us more freedom. Page content container. It's going to give us more freedom for the placement of these elements here, because I'm just going to like highlight something out. So if we go to the product here, right, you can see this. There's more space here than here, right? So I want to have this inside another container, right? So that's going to be the page, this one that we've called the page content container, basically. So we have the challenge container, which is the whole thing. Then we have the page content container, which spans all of the divs, and then we have the divs inside. Okay, so then we have the Nike div, the Yeezy div, and the card div inside that container. Okay, cool. So that's what we're going to make here. So the page content container is going to be the next div we're going to give size to. So we're going to say page content container. All right, and we're going to say this is going to have a height of, let's say, I don't know, 90%. Okay, a width of, it's going to have a width of 80%. Right, and as always, I spell width wrong, of course. And it's going to have a border. We'll give it a border. So a border of 1 pixel, solid black. Just had a brain fart right there. I don't know what happened. Okay, cool. So we're gonna have something now over here. Oh, I don't want a new tab. Okay, we have something here. Cool. And now we're just gonna tell the challenge container. I'm gonna give it a display flex. Okay, so display flex. Display flex. Yep. Come on. Justify content center and align items center. Okay, and that will be it for this. Okay, that's going to place it in the center, supposedly. Okay, cool. This is perfect because we don't need align items. It was actually spelled wrong. That's why I didn't align center. But this is perfect because then we have that little gap down here that we were talking about, right? Can you see it here? Cool. So we can actually, another thing we can do for this, okay, we can also say, instead of doing a display flex, okay, if we want to displace it in a certain position, right, we can actually do position relative. So we're going to give this a position of absolute, okay, so that it just sort of positions itself over all of the content, okay, absolute, right, so a display flex won't affect it basically, and we're going to give it a position relative, okay, position relative, right, so what does this mean? Positive? No. Position, okay. All right, so this div is going to be displayed absolutely, so over all of the content, and this div here, okay, so this div is going to be placed relative to this div here. That's what position relative gives it. It gives this div kind of like a tag so that we know what where to place this content absolutely. So that means it's not completely absolute on the page, it's absolute in relation to an object, okay, in relation to a container, sorry, in relation to a certain container. And it's going to be, so if we go back to here, okay, we can see, let's go back to the, okay, we can see that now it's in this, so now we can actually say, for example, top 0, right, like this. Now we need to place it in the center, so this is the tricky part. So top 0, right, which places it at the top, and now we say right let's say the width of this is 100 viewport width. Okay, so 80% of 100 viewport width, okay, is 80 viewport width, right? So there's, we need to say 10 viewport width, okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. I'm just going to position it in the center, hopefully. Bam, okay, there we go, cool. Why did it do that? Because if you notice, we said, so all of this is 100 viewport width, okay, so from the left side to the right side, it's 100 viewport width, right? So this was placed all the way to the left, and we said that this was 80% of 100. 80% of 100 is 80 viewport width, right? So we're left with 20 viewport width, so 10 on the side and 10 on the side. So I basically told this div to position itself 10 viewport width to the right, so it leaves 10 viewport width to the right and to the left as a margin, kind of thing. Okay, so that's the reasoning behind that. I hope it's understandable. Cool. So if it's not, please let me know. And we're going to bring this down a little bit as well. Okay, we're going to say height 90%. Yep. So we're going to say top actually is going to be, the height's going to be less. It's going to be 80% as well. All right. And we're going to bring it down just a little bit. We're going to bring it down 5 viewport height. Okay. Like so. All right. Bam. Let's bring it. It's going to bring it down just a little bit, so we can add that Nike logo here, and it's a bit separate from the top. And we have that spacing down here. Okay. And we're going to give it just a height of, let's say 85%. I think it's better. I like it more. Cool. Nice. Okay, so now we can start placing stuff inside. Cool. So the Nike logo, let's go for the Nike logo down here, Nike logo, all right, cool, Nike logo. So we're going to say for the Nike logo, what are we going to say, we're going to say height is going to be 20%, so that's going to be too much, 15%, let's say, okay. Height 15% and width, we don't want to give too much width, let's just say, I don't know, like 30%. We're going to place everything in the center anyway, and there's nothing to the left and the right, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to give it a border so we can see where it is, okay. Border just one pixel solid black, 1 pixel solid black, cool. All right, and now we're going to go to the product name, all right, product name. We need to add the class for it, so we say product name, like so. All right, and under here, we're going to say height. It's going to be 10% because it's literally just a name. All right, we don't need that much height. We'll adjust accordingly though, just which 30% as well, doesn't really matter because there's nothing to the left and the right, so it's all good. All right, and we're going to say border as well. We can just copy all of this. Okay, so border, bam, 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 bam. Okay, cool. And for the product card, okay, this is where we have to give more spacing, right? So product card is going to have, it needs to make it a class, okay. Product card is going to have, so 10 plus 15 is 25. Let's just say 70%, okay. So we leave like an extra 5% of kind of like a margin there. Okay, so let's say 70%, height 70%, and width 100%. Okay, so it's going to be 100% of the width of the container. All right, 100% like this. Cool. We're going to give it a border also. We're going to copy this border here, bam, bam, copy it and paste it. Not here. Here. Okay, cool. Nice. Let's see what we got. All right, we've got all these elements placed really weirdly because we haven't added a display flex to the container yet. So we're going to say down here, we're going to say display flex, justify content center, and line items, let's say space evenly, okay. Actually, center here, and we're going to say center, we're going to say align items, justify content, sorry, space evenly, cool. And we obviously need to give it as well a flex direction column. All right, so flex direction column, like so. All right, nice, cool. All right, nice. We got what we want. We're probably gonna have to make this is too big. Okay, we're gonna adjust accordingly. Okay, and we're gonna fix the proportions for this. But yeah, we got something cool going. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make this a little bit smaller. Actually, we're gonna make this 10 as well. I'm gonna make this 80. All right. I feel more comfortable with this. All right, and we're going to place things inside now. So we're going to put the Nike logo inside here. All right, let's go. Image, source, this one here. Let's go /, okay, images and logo. Bam, should be in. Okay, cool. We've got the logo. It's huge. It's huge. We don't want it to be that big. Let's say Nike logo image. Let's give it a size. Let's say height. So if you want to keep the proportion of an image, either the height or the width has to be auto. Okay, so we're going to say height 20 pixels, right? And width auto. So we're just going to play with the height basically. Okay, width auto. All right, so that's going to allow us to keep the proportion on the image. That's way too small now. So we're just going to increase the height. So we can say REM. So this is 2 REMs. Let's say 3 REM. Okay. See how that looks. 3 REM, still tiny, okay? We need more, we need 9 REM maybe, okay? Let's give it a 9 REM. I'm satisfied with that, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Is that good according to what we have here? Yeah, more or less. We could say a little bit less, maybe like 7 REM, but I'm satisfied with that. That's cool, cool. So now we're gonna center this, right? So we have the Nike logo div, we just need to add a display flex to it. So we say display flex, justify content center, and align items center. And because we only have one item, that's all we have to do. We don't need to worry about flex direction. and we have it there in the center. Okay, we can expand this div to make it a little bit bigger to adjust, to accommodate this logo inside the box, but it's okay. It's positioned. All right, that's all we need. Cool. So now let's go to the Yeezy 2. All right, I'm actually gonna make this bigger so we can see it. Yeezy 2. That's what we're gonna write now. So inside here we're gonna have a p tag. All right, a p tag that's gonna say Yeezy 2. Bam. All right, and it's gonna be, the font's gonna be terrible. All right, but that's okay because we're gonna add a cool font later. All right, and this Yeezy 2, we're gonna go to product name. We're gonna say where we at? P tag. Okay, so product name and p tag. Right, the p element. Sorry. We're gonna say just color white. And we're gonna give it a little bit more font size. Okay, so font size is gonna be what's gonna be 3 rem. Let's see what that looks like. Is that good? Yeah, maybe it can even take a bit more. Let's say 4 rem. That's 40 pixels. That's quite a lot. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm satisfied. Let's place it in the middle. All right, so let's go to the div up here, and let's say display flex. Justify content center, as we always do, and align items center. Align items center. Cool. All right, nice. So this is what we got now. Cool. So let's go with the card now. Right. So this is where it gets interesting. We have over here we have text, right? So let's start from the beginning. So we have two sections, as we can see, right? We have this section over here, which is kind of like the image section, we could say, all right. And then we have this section over here, which is the product description section. So we're gonna start with two divs, all right. One of them is going to be 45% in width, and the other one's going to be 55% in width. Okay, and we also have like a little overlay here. Okay, so we're going to worry about those at the end. All right, so first section and second section. That's how we're going to see it. That's how we're going to view it. All right, so in the product card, we need two divs. Okay, we need two divs. We need a div for the product image. Okay, so product image, like so. And we need a div for the product description, right? For product description, like so. Description. Yep, wrote that right. Cool. All right. So let's start with the product image. We have a Nike logo up here. All right. I'm going to pause the video just a sec, and I'm going to actually find that Nike logo so we can start fresh. All these images are going to be in the description, so it's all good. Okay, we're back. Let's go back to the desktop. Visual Studio. Cool, we got this image, right? So I've just got the image, and now we can actually add it to the product description. All right, so we need to add an image to the product description. So we're not just gonna. We could just add the image. We could just add the image. Let's just add the image. Okay, so let's say image. Okay, there's going to be an image. There's going to be text. All right, so there's going to be a p tag. But this p tag needs to be placed dead in the middle. That's the thing about this one. So maybe we want this image to overlay. Okay, so we're gonna place this image absolutely as well. So we're gonna place this image absolutely, and then this p tag is just gonna be literally in the middle of the screen. All right, so we're gonna say p tag, and it's gonna say Yeezy, like so. All right, Yeezy 2. Right, and it's gonna be like a grayish color, and the background is gonna be like this sort of background color as well. Let's get that background color actually, and start working with it, because I think it's a cool background. I like this color. I like it a lot. This sort of grayish kind of thing. So product description, product image. Hey, this is all in the product image. I don't know why I put it here. I'm going to lose that. I'm going to lose that color now because I copied and pasted. It left the clipboard. So yeah, that's the one. Okay, so copy to clipboard. Nice, we got it. And let's go back to Visual Studio and paste it in product image. Okay, so we need to create a new one here. Product image, like so. Right. I'm going to say background color, and this one. Bam. No. That's not what I want. Do you know what? Let's just copy again to make sure we've got the right one. Cool, that's the one. Go back here. And let's just say this one. Nice. Okay, that's the one we need. Cool. So what do we have now? What do we have now? What do we have now? We don't have much because we didn't give that. We didn't give this div any height, right, or any width. So let's say height 100%. Okay, and width, let's say 45%. Okay, like so. And now we should be able to see something. Nice. There it is. Cool. All right, and now let's just give that other product, the product description area, which is completely white. Okay, we're going to say product description, like so, and we're going to say product description written correctly. Yes, height of 100%, and a width of let's say 55%, because it's the opposite of this, right? So 45 to get to 100, 55, bam, nice. And we have that, but we didn't give it a background color. So we should just give it a background color, copy this, and we're just going to give it a background color of white, all right, to contrast the other one. All right, like so. No pound, we don't need the pound sign, and that should be okay. Why is it appearing? That's a good question. Product image, yeah. Product description, yes. Did we write this correctly? Let's just copy and paste to make sure. All right, let's copy and paste that. Yep, yep. And let's see. Why aren't we getting anything? Height 100%, width 55%, background color white. This is weird. This is very weird. Ah, I know why. It might be happening because we didn't give a display flex this. Display flex. Yep. Justify content. We would say space between. Right. Doesn't really matter, and because they're occupying all of the space. So align item center, and that should be it. Because flex direction by default is row. Okay, so that should be okay, but it's not okay because nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? Refresh. That's not the issue. Okay. Okay. Let's walk through it then. Okay. So product card. We got that. That's cool. Product description. We didn't add the dot for the class there, for the class selector. Now we should be seeing stuff, and we might not even need this. Let's delete the display flex and save it. See what happens. Okay. We do need it. Cool. We do need this. So there we go. Okay. So two separated sections. You see, it's a bit too long. Okay. We can make it. We can actually make this shorter, and that has a very easy fix. So if we go to the page content container, right, we can just, or no, if we go to the product card, we can just literally just, instead of width 100, right, we can just say width 80 like this. Okay, and that will fix it for us. That'll make it a bit shorter, a bit closer to this proportion, right? And yeah, just to make things cool. Actually, wait, I'm gonna first start. I was gonna say I'm gonna give this a border to make it look cool, but not yet. Okay, we'll do that later on. Cool. So we're doing pretty good with this already, right? So we've got the Nike logo up here, the Yeezy text. We've got the two sections. Let's work a bit on this product image section, okay? Because that's the sort of most visually pleasing or appealing part. So we're going to add the Nike logo here as well. All right, we're going to add the Nike logo. It's going to have Nike logo red, this one, yeah. And we're also going to add the image, the other product image. Everything's going to be chaotic now. Everything should be like crazy sizes, but it's okay. We're gonna work with it. That's fine. So image, and we're going to say the shoe. Which one is this one? Yeah. Okay, and you're going to see that everything should be weird, funky sizes. It's okay. All right, so these two images, they're going to have a position of absolute relative to product image. Okay, so product image is going to have a position relative, like so. Okay, and then product image. Yeah. Okay, so product image, and then product image. Product image, nth child, 1, that's the first image, okay, inside product image, is going to have a position absolute. Position absolute. It's going to have a height of 2 rem and a width of auto. Okay, so it keeps the proportion of the image. And we're going to say top for the position. We're going to say top 0, just to see it, just to place it, right? And left 0 as well. So it's going to be placed basically top left. Right? So there we go. Bam. Here it is. Cool. And we're going to position. We're going to position this trainer over everything else. Okay. So we're going to say now product image 2. Copy all of this. Paste it down here. 2. I think the size was actually pretty good for the product image. I'm quite satisfied with the size that we have. Oh, maybe it needs to be a bit bigger. Yeah, let's work with that. It's fine. Position absolute. Yeah, but we're going to position it in the center of this. We're going to position it in the center, and to do that, this is where it gets tricky. So. This is where it gets a little bit tricky.